We did a big report that went out in the Voice, and so we're looking at possibly this July kind of doing a follow-up with what all has been done and still what's to come. And we may also do a video walkthrough to post online. And then we are selling bricks. You may have seen us at Summerfest. We had a little booth for $100 for John Howell, so we have reinitiated that. There's portions of the sidewalk in there that don't have bricks from the original brick sales that went through, and so we're looking at doing the second round. If somebody wants to buy one, you may already have one in there, or if there are new families that moved into the neighborhood that want to buy one. So we're trying to get the word out about that, and that will be in the Voice as well, and you can purchase those online or through me. And we also have compiled a list of all the bricks that are in there, and trying to work on doing like a little map and section so that people can go find their existing brick. So hopefully we'll get that up online too. That's it.
But Sadie, that maybe you and I could start up the section entitled "Still Crazy After All These Years" and get brick sales. We're going to lose Walter Bland after a few more months. Walter Bland is the horticulturist that has led the resurgence there. And he really did it as a favor to us more than anything. I mean, he's extraordinarily knowledgeable, and he's going to do the walk around. And it's really, he tries to do larger scale projects than us, but he's been great to me and Warren and educated us hugely about what's going on there. And he's going to work with us to the end of this growing season and into the dormant season to get more planting done. But I really hope we can get this video up and get it described, because he actually has gone around with Peter Frawley, the landscape architect that did the original plan, and it's really tremendous fun to listen to him look at each section of the park and talk about what has worked well, what has not worked so well, the unintended consequences. They're very funny and very knowledgeable, and Warren and I have got a tremendous kick out of just one long giggle listening to them when you walk around. And but if you look at what Walter's done, and his first, it's funny because they did his first walkthrough without Peter, and then they came back and they hit it off almost completely. They saw what they were going to do. But if you look in front of the John Howell Memorial there, you'll see the Lariapi there, all the volunteers are gone. You can actually, it frames the design that Peter had designed it so that the memorial would be highly visible from the street and the plaza would lead to it, and it got buried over the years of neglect and just random stuff. And that's back, and he's really editing the landscape and gently removing the non-natives and some of the invasive stuff and trying to frame everything. And so there really is some method to this madness, and it's down there. And I must say, if we can get that done, and the project that Warren's working on for the volleyball court that we have the grant from, I think John Howell will really be an interesting place. So that's why one of the reasons we work so hard with the users, to keep it clean and straight so they don't muck up what we've worked so hard to try to. The grass is being worked on the great lawn, and it doesn't look like much, but Walter said it's really in fine shape, and he does not think we need to block it off. He thinks it can remain functional and usable and come back with usage if it ever quits raining cats and dogs. So, anything else? Any questions?
How much are the bricks?
$100.
How much?
100.
100. Okay. For one brick.
Yes, sir.
Okay, we'll put a lot of letters on there.
How do we do at Summerfest?
What?
How do we do at Summerfest on the
We
bricks?
sold 2 bricks. So we got the word out to a lot of folks who said they were interested. I actually received a check in the mail today. So.
All right, thank you, Lauren. Is there any new business in front of us?
I have a question.
Please.
I live at the corner of Park and Monroe, and it's very, very busy intersection. And is there any way to gather a petition of people who live in the neighborhood who would like to be able to cross the street safely, and maybe we can start a way to enforce the speed limit or do something there?
I'm looking at Jess Wyndham, who's on our planning committee, and there's another soul you should meet who's deeply interested in this, a neighbor of yours, Laura Stevens. She and her husband Joe, maybe you met Laura.
Yeah.
Last month, this board began appropriating money toward a traffic study for a more comprehensive traffic study that will look at all the challenges here. And one of the main ones is Monroe Drive. We're really, really concerned. I'm not going to repeat it all in this moment here, but if you want to hang around afterwards, Jess and Lola and I will talk to you and try to tell you broadly of our many, because it's not just ours. Laura is highly focused on this, shall we say, and we're all pretty concerned about it. And the fate of Monroe Drive has a lot of ramifications, and we're trying for the neighborhood to go way beyond just crossing it safely, which is a big concern all by itself. But there are a lot of things that, so if you can hang around, we'll talk to you about it, and we're glad to have you here. And where exactly do you live? Which corner do you live on?
591 Park Drive.
The southwest, southeast, south? That's on the north
The house
side.
that we bought, we're building out, it's a brick house,
On the west side of Monroe?
It's on the southwest side.
southwest side.
Excellent.
The kind
Yes,
of,
got it.
it's a
got it.
great looking house.
Yes, indeed. Okay, but we'd love to have you be part of that effort. We do need to organize and rally folks around there, and it's been a topic for a while, active topic for a while now, and it's going to keep being one. It's a big deal. What happens in that corner south particularly is a big deal, and we're really focused on it. Any other new business or questions? Lola, a few calendar items before we leave?
Yeah, actually, I wanted to start with tour of
I'm sorry, I apologize, I missed that.
That's okay. No, it's fine. I don't have much to say about it, but it is scheduled for December 7th and 8th. Right now, they're looking for homes to be on the tour, so now's the time, and we'd really love some help. I'll look at JD and say we sure would love to get something out of the Adair house again. We try every year.
They thought seriously about it, and then they.
Maybe this year.
Maybe this year, I'll talk to them.
Okay, talk to them, because it would be, I mean, that's just such a treasure.
Yeah.
And any great homes that anyone can think of, it's tour@valhigh.org, I believe, is where you can reach that committee to recommend. So, and as far as fundraisers, by the way, I mean, there's a lot of needs for this kind of income that we have, and the tour has really been picking up speed. So the more we can do to have it be an earner, it would be great. Other dates are Streets Alive, which I think Peggy may speak about. It's Highland Avenue on October 6th, is that right? Yes. That's what the plan is. Is that set, or I know they have 2 dates, 2 locations this year.
They're doing one on Peachtree and one on Highland again, which I guess it'll be about 18 months between times that they do it on Highland with us. So I'm delighted. Last time it went really well, and I'll be a liaison, just sharing information that comes from that organization and needs to be distributed in the year.
So, I'm sorry, the October 6th one is just here, or it's going to be both here?
Just here. The one
Okay.
on Peachtree
They
is
had it a
like a
couple
month
months
earlier.
ago. Okay.
They're having another one up there.
Oh, they are, in the fall of this year?
Yeah, August maybe.
Is there wise 18 months in between? Why don't we do it more often?
Pardon?
You said it has to be 18 months in between.
It just happens. They did the first one here in the summer a year or so ago.
It was the first one was in May, and then they did another one in October of last year here.
Okay.
So it was less than 6 months. I mean, it was.
I must have been out of town.
And then they
So
did
good.
the one this spring on Peachtree.
So,
And Peggy is actually going to be our coordinator and liaison to that
Yeah.
event, which was a big.
You know, if they're planning to do it the same way they did the one last time here where they had North Island and Virginia blocked off, so you could make a nice triangle with the Beltline Trail.
But that would be great.
And, yeah, it
Triangles
was good. I think
development.
it was a nice improvement.
Okay, so anyway, yeah, I think it was a big success, and oddly, most of the merchants seemed to really support it and liked it a lot. I mean, we'd expected challenges, but the overwhelming majority of them think it's cool. Go ahead.
okay, so the last 2 dates are our general meeting will be September 19th this year. And
It's
then,
not the 12th that's on there.
Yeah, sorry about that. And then we'll hope to have the organizational meeting on September 29th after that. That's all.
Any other business, comments? It's 8:09, we're adjourned.
Here.
She's still doing anything? How's your baby?
Does he know my name more?
No, I don't think for the college.
Yeah, but I'm actually something would allow some. And I didn't tell them.